1851, Henry Stevens Randall came to Monticello trying to gather information for a biography he was writing on Thomas Jefferson. Jefferson's grandson, Thomas Jefferson Randolph, agreed to meet with him and gave him an interview and a tour of Monticello. At one point during the tour, he asked if he had heard the rumors about Hemings. Randolph said there's truth to these rumors. As anyone who'd ever met Sally Hemings' children could note, they had a strong resemblance to Jefferson. He said he would tell Mr. Randall a deep family secret as long as he agreed not to publish that secret. The reason her children appear to be related to Thomas Jefferson was that they are. Jefferson's nephew, Peter Carr, he said, had had a long affair with Hemings, fathering all of her children. This he did not want to print because it would be a shame to the Jefferson family, but he did want the historical record to note that it was not Thomas Jefferson and that he was only protecting his nephew. Randolph told Randall he could share this information privately as he saw fit, but he did not want to see it in print. Randolph went on to say that his mother, Martha Jefferson, Jefferson's daughter, was so concerned about his legacy being tarnished by this horrible act by Peter Carr that she pointed out to him on her deathbed that in the farm books it indicated Jefferson was gone for 15 months during a time when Sally Hemings became pregnant, indicating he clearly could not have been the father. This explained why Hemings and her children were treated differently than other slaves at Monticello, and why they were freed on his death. They were family. And so Randall's 3-volume work on Jefferson only included a passing reference to Hemings and did not make any reference to Peter Carr. In 1862, Edmund Bacon, who was formerly an overseer at the Monticello estate, further confirmed this, indicating that he had often seen Peter Carr coming out of Sally Hemings' room and that he was the father of all of the children. Despite all of this, because it wasn't in print, rumors continued to persist. James Parton, a popular biographer of the time, reached out to Mr. Randall to get more information about Jefferson, and Randall confided in him what he had been told. Parton at that time went ahead and published the information, excluding Mr. Carr's name. And for over 100 years, this was the generally accepted narrative. The Hemings children were of the Jefferson line, but they were not Thomas Jefferson's children, they were Peter Carr's. There was only one problem. This isn't true. In 1998, a DNA study showed that neither Peter Carr nor his father could have been the father of Sally Hemings' oldest child, Eston. The evidence did, however, confirm that Eston was a Jefferson, specifically of the male line, indicating it would either have to be Thomas Jefferson, his brother, or his brother's sons. Jefferson's brother Randolph didn't live at Monticello, having his own plantation about a day's ride away. He was not at Monticello at the time of the conception, nor were any of his children. Jefferson, however, was. In fact, because of Jefferson's detailed notes, we know exactly when Jefferson was and wasn't at Monticello. And despite traveling quite frequently, Jefferson was consistently at Monticello at the time of each of Sally Hemings' conceptions. Jefferson's own notes contradicted Martha Jefferson's report that he was gone for 15 months. Jefferson was there. And the eyewitness report of the overseer? That gentleman only started working at Monticello in 1806. Meaning he would only have been there for the conception of the very last child, who we now know was not a child of Peter Carr. History is awkward.